Alrighty, looking like we are live. So I'm going to wait for a couple minutes for my chatters to get in the box, and then we will begin. I think we might have Tracy Lebenzon joining us live tonight for the stream. Should anyone have questions on his bamboo brushes? So I'll put all the links necessary below after the stream for his site, and he activated my coupon code Patti, like my first name, PATTI, for a 20% discount on his entire site. So if you're interested, that's a good time to buy them when you can get 20% off. Joan, you late, not an early bird. You're early bird to the stream, but you're a late bloomer here. It's not. It's what is it? 1 o'clock in the morning. Good Lord, girl. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Robin. Dot. Hi. Hello. Hey, Linda. Eminem. Midnight. Ay. Midnight, and it's 7 here. So you're. Oh, that's right. You're back to 5. Okay, back to 5 hours. Okay. There's Tracy. Just joined his Lebenzon paintbrushes. That's the man of the hour who makes all these lovely brushes by hand. Hey, Marty. Hey, Kathy. Wendy. Eileen, the birthday girl. Let everybody get charged in here for a minute. Another Linda. Hey, Z. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you guys, and I did post this online, and I've played with it a couple of days trying to get back in the swing of things, which I feel like I can't right now. I've lost my mojo and I can't even do swatches that look good. So we're going to try something tonight and see where we go. But hey, Willina. Hey, Debbie. Good to see you. But this pot, it's called a watercolor painter's pot. Christy Rice, Kristy Rice, on Instagram as Christy the Painter and at Momental. Let me see if I can get those in there. I want to show you this too. They are out of stock of these until after the first of the year. Hello. But come on. Really? Right off the bat, it's not going to work for me, is it? Come on, let's go. Oh, is that not frustrating? Okay, well, it's Christy the Painter on Instagram, and she also is on YouTube as Momental, MOMENTAL Designs. But she has this made, or I don't think she makes them. I think she has them made. Hey, Amalia. And they are out of stock now until after the first of the year. But it's a ceramic handmade watercolor pot. I can't turn it too far. It's got green and blue splashes of color in the glaze on the outside. You can kind of see it over here. It's really nice. It's got a little rest up here for your brush. And I've been using it, keeping my dirty water in the center here, which is a little vessel, and then trying to keep the clean water on the outside. That's how I've been using it, but I do really like it. So let's go to going through these brushes. Hey, Glenda. Merry Christmas. I got a ton of brushes here, so I'm not sure the best way to go through these. We've done this before. Most of you have seen me do this before. My coupon code is good again for 20% off. Tracy's been really generous with his with the discounts to try to help everybody out. And if we can put a link to his site on there, it's Lebenzon Paintbrushes. And I'll link everything under the video when we get done. But Tracy does museum quality handmade bamboo brushes that are pieces of art in themselves. He does some natural hair, some synthetic hair, and some blends of both. And they are gorgeous. I don't even know where to start here. We just start from one side and go over. He uses different types of bamboo. This is called wangi, I believe. Am I saying that right again? I always forget. Hey, Dot. Gala. Well, look who it is. I know, that's me. I'm free of mojo. I got nothing. There's Gala with the link. Look at you coming in here like a house on fire, throwing a link up right off the bat. There's Tracy's website. Thank you. Recommend a basic starter brush. Tracy, I'll let you respond to that one. All thumbs. Her name is Robin, and she's wanting to know a basic starter brush. And it depends, Robin, can you tell us a little bit more about what you're going to do with the brush? Do you want a fine brush, a bigger brush, long hair, short hairs? What do you want to use the brush for? That'll maybe help Tracy because there's a lot of them. Hey, Kay. Yes. Good to see you here in chat. So when Robin comes back and gives us a little bit of an idea what she wants to use them for, watercolors, inks. Hey, Anna. Have to get them to switch. He does ship internationally, Anna. Not sure which way you say that. Didn't even think of that. Maybe general purpose, small watercolor. There you go, Tracy. And if I have it here, I'll show you that brush. Smaller diameter goat and synthetic blend for watercolor and ink is good overall brush. So I have a couple of those. This one is the medium. It's $50 minus the 20% for this one. And it's the synthetic and goat blend. See the white hairs or the synthetic hairs? Why is this not going to focus tonight? What has changed? I've changed nothing. And all of the brushes, when you go to wet them, you want to pounce them a little bit because they hold a lot of air. And if you get those air bubbles out of there, it's going to hold that much more water, ink, watercolor, pigment, whatever. Oh, he's shipped brushes to 40 countries so far. And he just started shipping internationally not that long ago, since summer, I think. Hey, April. Hey, Sharon. But you can see the nice point that comes down to. What is with the focus here? Oh, this thing drives me crazy. Looks like it's all set up right. It might just be one of those nights. And I love this. See, there's some carving around this bamboo hander, like in a spiral. And then I love these with the little twigs on them. They're so rustic. But this other piece is really straight. It's very polished. They're really beautiful. And the hairs, he told us last time, talked about how these hairs, they're glued into this bamboo. It's hollowed out. And it's glued into the bamboo piece. But I forget, 2 or 3 inches up into the barrel. It's drilled and they're glued. The hairs are that long. So there's not too much of a chance of those coming out of there. Oh, started in May. Oh, 25% go outside the U.S. Cool. So I think I have another one that's a mix. This one here, I think. This is the small synthetic goat. This is $25. This is the goat synthetic mix. That's the small diameter. And that's $25. So it will be $20, Robin. And that's one of the ones he's talking about as a good starter brush. And it really is. This one, you can also put a comment in your order to ask for, you want a shorter handle, a longer handle. If you have one with a stick or a twig on it like that, if you like that look, you can request that and he'll do his best to fill that. And also on Tracy's site, there is a ton of information on his website about his process, how he cleans the hairs, how he processes everything, all the steps that he goes through. It's not just plucking them out of the tail of a goat and gluing them in a piece of stick. That's not what this is. I mean, these are really, this one, I saw him in person last February in Baltimore at the American Craft Council. It's a very high-end juried show. And I bought a couple brushes from him that day. I forget which one. I know it was this one. And I almost wasn't going to get it. And I thought, no, I'm going to get this one. And this was actually headed to the Smithsonian had I not bought it. And I have a big hand, and that fits right in my hand with this crook. This is green onion bamboo, I think it's called. Is that right? Oh, good for you, Robin. Yeah, 50 or more steps to create each brush. And some of these you'll see, I don't know if this is going to be something you do. I don't know if you can do it even in the small ones, Tracy, where you have burnt your name in the handle. This is the bigger handle. Now this looks like a very awkward heavy brush. It is not. It's like air. It's wangi, W-A-N-G-I. And I think is it the root of the bamboo? Tracy, am I remembering that right? Yeah, you better check your goats. Green onion bamboo handle, slow growing bamboo and very rare. Oh, so Gayla, keep your hands off of this next time you come around. But this is so lightweight. It's surprising when you handle any of this wangy these brushes. But this one, he's got all these in all the different hairs as well. So this is a goat synthetic blend. This is one of my favorites. This is Silver Fox. And this is more expensive. It doesn't have a size on here, but I think it's a large. And you can see my labels about had it from using it and getting wet. But I think this one was 160. But this is, this holds a ton of watercolor. I'm trying to get the bubbles out of there. And it's got a big belly to it, and it really holds a lot of pigment. And it responds really well. I like the way that it responds and the bounce back of it. Love that one. Here's another Silver Fox one. This is a small. It's got a little stick on it. It's got a little, they're all one of a kind. So you can't say, hey, give me one just like Patti had, because the chances of that are pretty slim. However, medium diameter, which is about 7 to 9 millimeter. Oh, that's good to know. So these are all mediums. All these little wangaroos here. Now this one is colored because I've used it with pigments on my jelly plate. Actually, I haven't even cleaned it. You can see some of them flying out of there. And that's usually orange, which is an orange synthetic brush, and it's a medium, and this one is $55. This is a brown synthetic. Tracy, you might want to go over. Kayla. You might want to go over what the difference is between the orange and the brown synthetic, and how they respond, and what separates them from performance wise, which is the one I use for swatching. Oh Lordy, I use this one sometimes. And I use this one a lot. This is the very first one I bought. I was trying to find one that was as similar to the one Robin uses for scripting as I can. And this one is, I think this one is Elk, Tracy. It's a little wet. Try to dry it off so you can see the truer color of the hair. You'd think I'd remember this, but I do not. It's either Elk or I think it's Elk. Why won't this focus? Well, of all times for this not to focus for me. Yeah, this one, it is. The Silver Fox is like, it's a dream to feel how it responds and see what it holds. But this one is either Elk or, what's the other one? Gosh, my mind went blank there. Siberian, or is it Siberian Elk? I'll let Tracy come back and tell me that one. My son just gave 6 Kolinsky brushes. Wait till I show me. Oh my goodness. Here's another large one. This is a large goat and synthetic blend. See the mixture of the hairs there? And this is a big brush, and it's got a cute little stick on it and some carving up here, and it's polished really smooth. I mean, there's the wood feels so good in your hand, and they're so lightweight. This one is $100, so that would be 80. Siberian Elk. It's like Kolinsky, but a tad springier and holds more water. Brown synthetic is a nice, perfectly springy material that's easy to use. Orange is springier than brown. Brown is one of your more popular brushes and the one to get when you're in doubt. So the brown, if you're going to get a synthetic brush, he's saying go with the brown. I showed you this one. This is a small goat synthetic blend. Let me see if I can get goat synthetic blend. Let me get all those same goat synthetic blend. Silver Fox. Orange. Put the orange ones here. When I get them dirty and stained with pigments and stuff, I don't know what this one is. Small brown synthetic. That's a real popular one too, I think. I think a lot of people that did Robin McClendon's scriptings class got something like that. This one, I think this one is the Siberian Elk that I got, my little special one. This is medium goat synthetic. Goat, large, this. Okay. I'm not sure what that is, Tracy. This one doesn't have a label on it. I must have. Back when I first started getting these, I took the labels off so they look all pretty, and then I don't know what the hell they are. I just know they're nice. This one was popular too with Robin. This is a small brown synthetic, but it's like 1.25 inches long. And this gave real sweeping, pretty flowing marks when we did the scripting. Russian Sable. Russian Sable. So this one, what did I say that is? Brown small. This is the itty bitty. I think this one's Elk. If I remembered right, that I bought the itty bitty early on, and I think I got the Elk. And that's a nice one too. That feels nice in my hand. So depending on, what you're doing and how much pigment you like it to hold and all that kind of good stuff. I did a demo a while back with this one and loaded it with pigment, watercolor, and had a piece of paper, and I'd made tiny fine lines tight together, the whole width of the paper and some on the back from one load of the brush. So this one, these two, this is my first one. That's the Elk. That's the itty bitty that I got. This one, Tracy, you sent me this one too. And I think this one is Sable, if I'm remembering correctly. And this one, I really like this one, the way this handle twists here and the way that it's weighted in my hand. Russian Sable is very soft and produces ultra fine tip. Great for lettering and painting eyelashes on paintings or ladybugs and anything else. Oh, cool. Is that what you got, right, April, the Russian Sable? Yeah, it's Elk. I know it was a natural hair that I got. That's that one. That performs really nice too. And the orange one is springier. We'll have to do a Zoom one day, and I'll have to go back and relabel the ones that I have taken apart here. But you can see, I mean, everyone is a work of art. He has some in museums. They're museum quality brushes. They are really a treat to have. What about this one, Tracy? Is that Elk or Sable? Can you tell by this fuzzy, not clear picture? Gosh darn it. I don't know why that won't focus. Maybe let me zoom in a little bit more. Will that change the Anything? Come on. Ah! And that looks like the bristles are a little splayed out, but that's just because they're natural hairs. And when they're dry, that's what they do. Bed handles, special series of Russian sable. That's this one. I don't know if you can, I know you can't see it. It's off camera zoomed in. All the bubbles that are coming out of this. And see how they go right into place for a real razor fine tip. They are really sweet brushes to use. It's another goat synthetic. So there's a ton of different, this is just a small fraction of what's available for sizes, what they look like, the type of hair, the girth of the hair for whatever size it is. You can spend a lot of time on his website looking through all that stuff, and a lot of artists now are promoting his brushes and using them. You'll see Irit Landgraf uses them all the time. I forget who all it is, but there's several others that are much more well-known than I am and that are actually watercolor artists that are actually using them. Hey, Liz, try a piece of white paper behind the brush to get it to focus. I can do that. Which one was I using here? Doesn't matter. I already wet it now. Ah! Look at you, all these years. How did I not figure that out? Well, it did focus for a minute. Come on. Each bristle is made specifically for each piece of bamboo. Yeah, each one's one of a kind, that's for sure. All right, so let me let's play with some of these. And look what Xander sent me. She knew I had a lot of these brushes. Look at this holder that she found. That's probably a vase or something, but you know what we do with it? Everything becomes a brush holder. Hey, Tam. Good to see you. Thanks, Tracy. All right, it's so hard for me to decide which one I want to use. I'm sure I'll use more than one. So let's try to throw some watercolor down. And I'm telling you, I've been really off in the mojo department. Let me be clear about that. I'll just get a couple different sizes here. I've been limited with my time to get down here, number one. And I think I'm just mentally exhausted and physically exhausted just from my schedule and from, I think, boredom from being in the house. Patty, can you try the big one? The big silver fox. That's one I was going to use anyway. So I was watching CC. You guys know Creations by CC, right? I never know which way is the front of this water paper. Is it where you can see the watermark or feel the watermark? Is that the right side of the paper? They really are razor sharp points, Kay. I think it's when the watermark is up, so you can see it's backwards, but you can see it. I think that's the right side. They both seem rough. We'll assume this is the right side. So I was watching CC, Creations by CC, and she had a couple of her last videos. She's been doing small art where she just does an abstract, leaving some white space, pretty mindless with what she's doing. Of course, hers comes out gorgeous. I tried it the other night. Mine looked like a disaster, but oh, what am I doing? A bald goat. And yeah, it was not good. So she's got quite the knack. I'm going to try to let me get a palette out of here. I'm going to use this one. Oh, I wanted to bring everybody's attention to this again. Let me zoom in so you can grab it and see it if you're interested. Of course, it's going to go out of frame. All right. It's never easy. Our beloved Jackie Jimerson. She is still in the hospital and is doing well, getting better every day. This is the address if you're interested to send a card to her. I'm sure she would be thrilled to get some handmade cards from all you card makers and artists out there. And you might remember Jackie as Creations by Jay Cherie and Chat and her YouTube channel. But this is her P.O. box, and her sister is monitoring her email and her Instagram account while she's been in the hospital. So she's been in there for quite a while now, but improving now every day. She's out of ICU and been in a regular room for, I guess, maybe almost a couple weeks now, which is great. So this is Jackie's address for anyone that would like to send her a card, and I know she would appreciate it. So that's going to be out of my frame here. So Cece was doing very abstract stuff, and she picked a color palette that was neutral and black with a pop of red this last time. And it wouldn't have been something that, of course, I would have picked at all, right? But it just looked so nice when she got it done. So I'm going to try to decide on some colors. Now, I want to use this. This is Leprechaun by Rachel Beth. Watercolors. Jim Smith. It's good to see you in chat. I just wonder, you have to go back and rewatch the front of the video, but if you're interested in any of Tracy Lebenzon's handmade bamboo brushes, which I know you are. I know you. Gail, when you get a chance, if you put the link up to his website again, there's a coupon code Patti, P-A-T-T-I, for 20% off on his website. And they are museum quality bamboo handmade brushes, like 50 steps to create each brush. Some natural hair, some synthetic, some blends, all kind of good stuff. And thanks, Dave. And there's a ton of different things to choose from. So I'm going to, what will be my palette here? She used some really light colors and some dark colors. See, here's where I get stuck. I just there's so many, I just don't, my brain doesn't work anymore like it used to. How's that for an excuse? Well, I know I'm going to use some of this. So I'm going to get some of this loosened up here. Put some of this over here. This is it's not really a color shift, but it's like a duochrome, I guess you'd call it. It's really, really, really pretty. Let's try some of that. Hey, Carrie Ann. The brushes work best with turquoise. Imagine that. CB. Let's see. What'll go good with this? I want something that's kind of neutral. So let's try some of the Titan Buff, which is really not my thing, but it's in here because I'm trying to make it my thing. And now I guess we should go really dark, shall we? So let's go. This is Lunar Black. That's actually one of the ones that she used today. Let me get some of that over here. I love Lunar Black. It granulates really cool. Oh, I should have used a couple of the ones that I got. Those, I'm sure everybody's seeing people use the new Schminke super granulating colors. Hey, Gail. Tracy, how long is the, I probably till the end of this month, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll let Tracy answer that. How long is the Patti coupon good for, Tracy? I think we're going to need more of this. Did I use Titan Buff or Jean Brilliant? I think I used Titan Buff. I did. We're going to add a little bit more of that pigment. Valid till the end of the month. There you go. Thank you. All right. So let's see how I can flub this one up. Be no fault of the brushes. I'll apologize in advance for my lack of mojo. And she honestly just threw it down like this. Not a circle, not a square, not a nothing. Just blobs of it here and there. And some places she went right up to the edge because these are going to get cut up into ATCs. I'm going to get a little bit more pigmented. I got that kind of watered down there. There we go. I'm going to go to this heavier brush so I can get a little bit more. Sorry, I wasn't watching the chat. How rude. But Cece can make magic out of nothing. And those of you who met her in person at my retreat a couple years ago will know how lovely she is in person. And funny as anything, but so talented. I mean, anything she touches is so good. I just love her style. And she's got such a good eye. And she literally just put blobs of stuff around like this. All right, let's assume that's enough for now for that. But she was mindful of leaving white space. I don't know if some of you guys probably saw it. Z, I know you did because you're the one that told me about it. Now let's go with some of this leprechaun. Get some of this on here. This is such a pretty color. And I'm going to let it go in where some of this is wet, so it might blend a little bit. I want to get one more, a little more pigmented. Oops, I got it in my other blue. See, she just blobs stuff. I have to sit here and try to think about it. And then I like, what the hell am I doing? I'm really lost it. I'm telling you. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's stop for a minute with that. Judy, hello. I know, right, Gail? She's magic. I'm telling you. I take this little bit smaller brush. And I'm going to go get some of this Lunar Black. And just put little swipes in places. Yeah, she did this and it'll look really good. I don't know what's going to happen here. She did some circles-ish. Just put some little blobs like this in places. Just little mark making blobs. And she put, I need some more pigment in here, a little bit heavier. A little heavier pigment load. Oh, it's not good, Gayla. Not good at all. You drop some in these still wet areas here. See what happens there. Watch her video. Don't watch this. Honest to God. Oh. And it's funny, as she was doing it, I never thought at any point, like, it's not going to be good. I knew she was going to pull it out. But, there's only one CC. Not looking good. And then one thing that she did was gold. That green is really pretty. With some of, like this patch right here, you can kind of see what it does. Then she got a brush, really lathered up with some of this creamer pale gold that she loves. It's like butter. I'm thinking this one will work, this long brush here, to just do some splats of it. Get some drops going here and there. And then she said she was going to just throw some gold marks in here. So let's go around here. And maybe through this. Oh, help me, Lord. Let me go right on the edge of this and see if that bleeds into there. Get some more water. Whose green is that? It's Rachel Beth. You can find her on Etsy and Instagram. She's wonderful. She actually donated a bunch of her paints to, I think it was the year CC was at my retreat, that she donated to me for door prizes. It's really beautiful. I actually liked it so much I got a spare pan just so I don't ever run out. I'm going to charge some of that gold into that Lunar Black and see what happens there. But let's, oh my God. I remember she did some outlines where she like followed some of these colors with the same kind of arch there and then did some pen work. That's what's going to save it, the pen work, Gayla. That's it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Judy, you were sick? Ah, sorry to hear that. So I know a lot of you, well, everybody that has been to my retreat that's on here, um, knows Donna Walsh, right? And she posted on Facebook about this. Her whole household had COVID, including her elderly parents that live with them now. Her father was in the hospital. He did really well. They gave him the same drugs they gave Trump, apparently, and he did really well. He's being moved to a rehab to help him with his mobility. And then her mother uh, couldn't move the other day. She also has dementia, so they weren't sure what was going on. But she went to the hospital and they said she tested positive, but she's asymptomatic. Said there's nothing wrong with her at all. They didn't have to have her on oxygen. They didn't have to have her on fluids. They kept her for a couple of days because of her age. Now, of course, Bob and Donna both have it. Donna's doing better. Bob still is having a fever every day. They can't taste or smell. Um, I went and dropped off. I did a Costco run and dropped a bunch of stuff off on her porch the other day. Kind of a hit and run. Texted her and said, "Go out on your porch." Oh, and you're getting over it too, Gina? Good God. Angela Fair. That's who I couldn't think of, Gail. Thank you. That uses Tracy's brushes. Yeah, so keep Donna and her family in your prayers. And they're all doing better. But, the doctor told Donna, he said it's getting really crazy because he's seen a 100-year-old woman leave and a 20-year-old die. Jim, everybody's fine here. I think my mother has a mission to try to kill me. At least take my sanity from me. But, other than that, we're good. I'm trying to picture this cut up to figure out what the hell I'm doing here. Well, let's just flick a little bit more on there like this. I hate to waste that gold pigment. Yeah, it's getting, the numbers are getting pretty crazy around here. And it's a bad thing. Just going to put another couple little dark hunks of black through here. I've totally lost my eye, honestly. It's just like I'm getting here. I'm sitting down here and thinking, what am I going to do next? I don't even know what I'm doing. Good Lord, I just heard my mom scream, scared me to death, but she was saying goodnight to Dave. Ay, ay, ay. Just want to put a little line there to break up those two little bits of gold. They kind of look like eyeballs. Can't have that. Looking like a clam in my little piece here. Okay. But I really do like this bowl. I'm going to move the camera. See how I got the dirty in the middle and the clean water on the outside? Yeah, so let's let this dry. I guess I'll get out my heat gun for the sake of time. put this on a lower setting. Heat gun. Just to dry this off a little more quickly. I wonder if I ought to put something really bright in it, like this azalea, the neon one. Drop a little bit of that in there. That's crazy talk, I think. Maybe some pyrrole orange. All right. Yeah, we had an announcement the other day. As of this coming Wednesday at 5 o'clock, no more indoor or outdoor dining. All carry out. Close some of the gyms and some of the businesses. 25% capacity in all retail. You have to stand in line and wait your turn to go in to shop. And I'm trying to think of what else they closed. Churches to 30%. Indoor gatherings, no more than 10 people. And they want you to wear masks when you have people in your house. I don't know how they would try to manage that, but, you know, not up to me. So there's that pyrrole orange. I wonder if that would brighten it up. Well, of course it would brighten it up, but do you think that's the way to go? And I want it real pigmented if I do it, because I want a big pop. Now, what the hell? Let's just do it. Where are we going to do it? Oh, Jesus. Let's just throw a couple little smudges in here. That's what Cece did. She's the master of smudges. And she just did it so random. Maybe a little something up here. I'm not sure where they're going to get cut up. You know what she did by accident, though? She was working with the gold, and it got blended with the red that she was using, and it kind of blended together and made a really pretty boo-boo. Let's see if I can make the same boo-boo. Let's do this and see what happens there. This is still wet. These are all still wet. All right, well, if that didn't mess it up, I don't know what's gonna. Back to the heat gun. So now picture this, right? Cut up like when I do my collages, we're cutting it all up. That was Daniel Smith pyrrole orange. No, sorry, transparent pyrrole orange. That is pretty where that gold mixed with that orange. She had a different color. She had she used a red. I forget what it was. I should have taped this piece down. This is really good watercolor paper. It's Saunders. I think it's 140 pounds, but it's warping a little more than I thought it would, but that's okay. I'm a little warped myself. But these brushes are really, really responsive and fun. Hold a lot of pigment and are really fun to work with. All right, now let's see what I can do to hose up some of the pen work here, because you know I'm not good at that. Got a little shaky hand thing going on lately. Is that the one I wanted? No, this is the one I wanted. Actually, CC gave me this pen. It should be a lucky pen. This is one of those. I think it's a Muji. Of course, none of these labels tell you a darn thing on here. But I think it's Muji and it's 0.25. Can you see that? Oh, it started to focus and I moved it. There you go. It's a 0.25 with this, the cap that's kind of got, what's it, six-sided. And the whole pen is, so it doesn't roll. And it's permanent, I believe. So let's see what we can do with this. Patty, it started out kind of iffy, but it's looking better. Well, thanks, CB. Of course you would say that. Now, I appreciate it. I'm not poo-pooing myself. I'm just telling the truth. If I do something and I like it, I'll say, hey, I like that. This is okay. Not my fave, but you know what? I'm a little out of practice. Got to take the glasses off so I can see this better, which means I'm not going to be able to see the chat very well. But let's just go in here and decide what we're going to do. And I'm just going to make some little tiny CC lines in these little gaps to give it a little bit of interest. So my apologies while my head's down, but that's just the way it goes. If you're on YouTube watching the recording, I would suggest you fast forward. But this really does add something to it when you do this kind of stuff. Even though I'm not the best doodler either, actually. But it does give it a little something, something. See those little bits that I added in there? Maybe. Of course, I can't see if it's focusing because I don't have my glass. Hey. There you go. There's little lines and those little lines. This looks like a big eyeball, or it's going to after I do this. I'm trying not to go too slow since I'm doing this live. Do something a little bit different over here. So if anybody has any questions for Tracy, while he's in chat, now's a good time to get all your questions answered. That gold really is pretty. Z, is this the one that Cece said she couldn't get anymore and you saw they were out of stock of this? You got the last one. I saw her mention that pen. I should have dove out there right then. But you know what? I wonder if I have those. She was using the black one. Oh, these aren't, I have white ones here, but these aren't, maybe I'll use a white one for something in there. They aren't DX though. Where are my black Signos? They're in the black Signo department. Just need to find that department. Where the hell are they? How rude. And Gail bought the last one. Well, doesn't that figure? Let's see what this gold looks like. That's a little on the yellow side, but I might be able to use a little bit of that. Make sure this is one that's going to work. Is it the, which one is it that's the real opaque white? Is it the Jelly Roll? I think it might be the Jelly Roll more than the Signa, isn't it? Signo. I think it is. I know I have. I'm going to have to ask Santa for some of those black ones. All right. Let's try this over here. Just for gigs. Let's see what happens. This seems to be staying pretty opaque on over this Lunar Black. This is the Jelly Roll white. See, that's helping. Little stuff like that. It'll be okay. I wonder what it would look like if I just kind of went like in a fine starburst around here. This leprechaun paint really is pretty. And if she doesn't have it in stock now, I'd be willing to bet if you can wait till March, when it gets close to St. Patrick's Day, you might be seeing some. Just a wild guess. Now I probably should I go around that with the gold? Those little black lines look like they're just hanging in the stratosphere there. Yeah, I just saw you said you beat Sandra to an item. Yeah, don't get used to it, sister. See, these spots here are kind of blah. So we need to perk those up a little. What are we going to perk them with? They're light, so I'm probably going to have to do something with the black. Oh, maybe I can use something else that's black. Oh, what about this? That's this Posca brush tip marker. It's got a little pump to load it. Maybe we can just do like, I don't know. Well, I probably should get it going before I commit to that, shouldn't I? Let's try that. Nope, it's still not that wet, but we'll do little, instead of trying to make the brush petal mark, I'll just make these little dashed lines like that to add a little something in there. And maybe in here we'll just go, oops, that moved on me. Did you see that? Oops. Hurrying is not my forte. That shouldn't be able to do that. Come on, work with me. You know what? We'll just use my Old Faithful. If I can find it. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. My Molotow marker that you can usually get some kind of a line like that out of it. What else do I need? I need something else. Surely. I got to patch these up. These don't look good. My brush wasn't wet enough, I don't think, when I did those. So we'll make them a little more distinct and purposeful. I'm not sure about that thing up there. I'm going to have to do something with that. I'm not sure that was a good idea. We tried the Pentel Pocket Brush Patty. I like that one a lot. I'm sure I have that. Don't forget to leave white. I know, I got to leave white space. You are right, Sandra. You are correct, my friend. Let's do a little row of loosey-goosey gold circles up this white space here. Still leaving white space, but putting a little something there. Maybe I can put that over here too. It'll make me feel better about this blah area. Okay. Trying to turn it all different ways to see if the same things that bother me when they're at a different angle. Your money's on the stamp. What? Don't forget to say white space. Should she have given up the ice cream? Would she have given up the ice cream for that stamp? What stamp? You tried to buy. Are you talking about me or Gayla with the ice cream? She's the one that took the header with the throwing the ice cream trash away. Randy R.O. needs more cowbell. Oh, Lord, would that be a sight? How are you, my friend? Good to see you in chat. I am sitting here mojo free, wondering what the hell to do next. Let's do, oops, wrong one. Wait. Let's do a little something with, I don't know if I need to do it there because I have that little sparkly bit there. This one seems a little, I don't know. I like how stark it is though. See me changing my mind? All right, let's just do this. Let's cut this some bitch up. How about that? And let's see what we end up with. Filing all my pens. Talking about the stamp that you had to have so badly. You picked Eileen. Oh, it worked. I got it. I got all 4 of them. I didn't even know there were 4. God bless Eileen. It's her birthday today, too. It's her birthday. Oh, Gayla, I often think of you taking that little header when I need a little pick-me-up, you know? Oh, bless me. So let me move some of this out of harm's way and go get my massive star. Oh, it's Teresa R. Oh, hey, we got both the ROs. Good to see you guys. All right, let me get my cutter upper up. Oh, Lord. And I don't really know what size this is. I cut this piece in half. I ordered, gosh, I forget what they're called, imperial quarters. Is that what they call it when they take a full sheet and cut it in half and in half? I think that's an imperial quarter. Am I saying the right term? It's very mysterious. I'd have never caught that. All right, so which way do I want to go with this bad boy? So this is, what is this? 11 by 7.5. So I just lose a little smidge because it's 3.5 if I go this way, right? So let's take off. Let's just take off a 1/4 inch down here and a 1/4 inch down here. Right? So now that's 7. So if I cut this in, oops, if I cut this in half, 3.5, right? Jean used to always monitor me doing this. She's not here. And then 2.5, right? So let's go 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. What do I want to lose? I don't want to lose anything. So I get that, or I get this little row of circles in and I lose the red. We don't want to lose the orange there. So we'll just do that. And there's those 4. And then this one should be pretty nice. 2.5 there. 2.5 there. Get a little red on there. Oh, I don't want to lose that, and I don't want to lose that. It's a losing proposition here. Well, I can get half of that, or I can get none of that. So let's do this and cut that off. Okay, so there's what we have. And of course, I don't have those little frames that CC had that look so nice, but I think I do have. See, they look a lot better when you cut them up. If you've ever taken a Dina Wakley class, she always talks about puke on a page. And she used to make us, in this one class, she used to have us over paint. We were using acrylics, I think, at the time, whatever you're using, and over paint the whole page. I mean, just slop on stuff over top of it. All kind of marks over top of marks over top of marks, and make it look like you vomited on a piece of paper. And then you cut it up. And that's what she says. That's where the magic is. When you get just a little piece of that crazy isolated. That's how I do my collages, my ATCs. I put way too much stuff on it. There's no focal point. There's just shit everywhere. And when you end up with it, you know, each one of those ain't so bad. So where it looked like I was just flinging that, and I was, that orange. Cece, I feel much better. Thank you. If you ever see this, I'm going to email you after I get off of here. And thank you. I was talking to her the last couple days, actually. It's coming back a little, Gayla. It's not flooding in, but I feel better about this than I did. Now, I really like that stark black with the gold on it, and that red that kind of bled with the gold there, the orange, and these little fine lines. Not wild about whatever that thing is right there, but you know, you got to go with it. But each one is kind of cool. That kind of reminds me of a whale. Look out. But you know, each one has its own little magic. Did I show you that one yet? No. But I've tried to pay attention. I mean, really pay attention, like what mark because she looks like she's not thinking when she does it, but they always work in her favor. So there's got to be a process in there that she's not even aware of. But I was watching how she kind of mimicked the arc of some of her blobs and then filled in. So I don't know if she thought about that before she did it. Oops, where's my camera? There's another one. The gold always adds a nice little touch. And see where that gold mixed with that orange? It's pretty. And that one. That one's kind of cool where that Lunar Black bled into the Titan buff. This one, not too wild about that. Looks like somebody stepped on an angelfish, which is not very nice. Then I got these two little bits here. I'll put these in your policy to send you for my little scraps that you use. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I can definitely live with that. But oh, I was going to try to find one of those little frames. If it's the right color. No, it's not the right shape. But she had found these little frames that were ATC frames where, you know, you just take this is too small. This, you know, this is bigger than the whole. But you can see what it would maybe look like in one of those frames. This is for an A2 panel. This was from a Fred mullet class years ago at the Queen's. But anyway, there's my CC mindless, relaxing, somewhat relaxing. I could do the second one relaxed now because I actually got through this one. Just keep going, Sharon. And CC is really conscious, which I never am, about the values of the colors that she uses, like a light, a medium, and a dark, and works out the palettes in advance to know what color she's going to use in advance. I never do that. And it really does make a difference with the depth, and the black then really pops when it's against different values of colors. And the red is, you know, this is transparent pyrrole orange. I keep calling it red, but it's a really deep reddish orange. And that just really put that little flash in there. Now you can see, here's some that I was farting around with out on the deck this summer. Right, you guys have seen these before. Some of these I took foil and I put that foil glue adhesive on watercolor paper and ran it through the what's it called? The Mink machine. Go back out for these. And thanks, Dot. Bye, Jim. Thanks for stopping in. Always good to see you. But you can see, like, I hardly left any white space there. I like it because it's my colors. And I went back with acrylic and added these little dots and these marks. But that's the gold foil that I watercolored over. And I just let my favorite colors kind of bleed together. And I like that. But it doesn't look like, you know, there's more white space here. I think that's what's missing here. And then these, I just did, you know, the blobs of that foil. And then just did streaks of my favorite colors and let them kind of touch and bleed into one another. Right. This one I used some of the Lagoon and used the silver foil with the pen after it. And here I was trying, I don't know what the hell I was doing there. I don't know what this creature's supposed to be. Kind of got out of control. But here's some more of that. That's Blue Lagoon and that green is the same green. Right, so remember these, and I just was playing and trying to try different stuff, and some worked, some didn't work. And I tried to add scripting back when I still wasn't scripting that good. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. All right, just playing. I don't know what the hell that was supposed to be, but it's got foil on it. That was a mess with the scripting, but I like the colors, so I kept it. And here's just kind of color studies I did to just let all these different blues kind of bleed together. And I did a purple one and an orange one. They've all got metallics in there and some turquoises on that one. This is for Eileen, the Eileen green. This one, I was actually watching a Cece video and I was trying to keep up with the marks she was making. Not so much. And these are crap. This is just samples and I scripted over it. They all went to hell in a handbasket. Here I was mixing different colors with Lunar Black to see what I get. That one went a little off the rails. Not good. Here's another CC attempt. I don't know what the hell happened there. Apparently I fell on my face into the watercolors and did an impression in there. Who knows? But anyway, I just have to get back to down here and start playing more, because if you don't use it, you lose. Here's what I did the other day. I'm too embarrassed to even show this one, but I'm going to show you. It just went awry. Here's some circles. I was going to do circles like she does and doodling, and that's where she started getting back into basics the other day. And I thought, well, I'll take indigo in 3 different values. And I did Cascade Green, and this was Queen Coral. I mean, I think they're too bright for what she was doing. But anyway, it just, like, none of those. I don't know what the hell that was. And this is that glitter paper, Z, and I started doing a couple swatches on it. Oh, April, if you're still here, that is that gilsonite brown. And see on that paper how that really granulated like that? That's what I was trying to show you the other day, but the paper that I was using wasn't as nice as this one. And you can see the glitter in the paper. This is the one Z got for me. But I just think that really granulates really cool. But anyway, that's what I've been up to. Not much really. But now I look back at these and I am pleased with that. So we ended on an up note. So what time is it? 8:18. All right, guys. I think I'm going to cut this one short because I am kind of dragging me hiney. Oh, I started to tell you guys earlier that, you know, the Schminke has the new super granulating colors out. What brand was that again? Poems About You, I think, April. I'll check it. And if that's not right, it's on Etsy. If that's not right, I'll send you the name. But I think the shop is called Poems About You. I think. Anyway, Jackson's art, you saw some of the girls in Europe, Aliona and Yuri, had sets of them demonstrating and Z got two sets of them here. Well, I was looking for the sets and I couldn't find the sets anywhere. And then I stumbled across the Dick Blick had the individual tubes of all 3 sets, but they're on their site. They were like $28.99 a tube. So I dug a little bit deeper and I found them on Cheap Joe's, and they were $20 for a tube. So I did get a few of the individual tubes that I really like. This one's Glacier Black, and that granulates really cool. It looks very much like a Lunar Black, but it's got like a sky blue in it a little bit, and it gets real gritty like that gilsonite did. But if you're looking for any of those and you want to try a tube of it, try Cheap Joe's. That was the best price I could find. And one of the only places I could find them that had, well, I don't think any of I think Jerry's, Cheap Joe's, and Dick Blick, none of them had the sets that I saw. They all had individual tubes. So, Tracy Lebenzon, thank you for joining us and being here to answer questions. Guys, don't forget, save 20%. And if you want to buy a brush, these are the ones I used tonight. This was the medium Silver Fox and the Wangi Bamboo. And this is I think we decided this was Siberian or Russian Sable in the Itty Bitty, or Elk. Sable. I don't know. And this was, I believe, sable in, oh, hell, I don't know. I got to get these labeled, Tracy. So anyway, those are the ones I used. These are the other ones I showed earlier. If you weren't here and you want to rewatch it, you can go back and look at these. But check out his site. It's amazing to see what his process is and that he can sell them for as little as he sells them for and offer a discount on top of it. That's all for now. I'm going to go. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. I had some fun. And I hopefully will be streaming more. We found out that work is giving us the last week of December off with pay as a little COVID treat for hanging in there. And we got extended on our work from home till June. So we won't be in the office until after June sometime, if then. Like, oh, I miss my buds in the office. We had so much fun in there. But with my mom here, it's kind of a blessing that we're working from home because I'm not sure how I would do it, having to go to the office all day. That would be a trick. So anyway, you guys take care, stay safe, do all the good things. And thank you for joining me. I'll catch you later. Thanks, Tracy. I appreciate you coming on. Bye, guys.